Hello, everybody. Let's wait just another minute or so people can find me. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Donna. There's Tammy. Hi, Sue. Hi, Tammy. Gonna wait one more minute. We're almost there. Hi, Carol. Okay. So if you see a button that says notifications, if you click on that, or a little bell towards your right, if you click on that, whenever I go live, it will notify you. So that helps you to be able to find me, okay? All right, so this is the hostess code for this month. I see Patsy has joined us. If you have an order that you're putting in that's less than $150, please use this hostess code. And everybody that does use that hostess code, his name will go into a drawing, and on April 1st, I will draw for this celebration stamp set. If you already have this celebration stamp set, no worries. I have plenty of brand new stamp sets that we can do a switch out. Okay. So let's get started. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Corinne Sandin. I live here in Royston, Maine. I've been a demonstrator for a very long time. I teach lots of scrapbooking and paper crafting to various people, organizations and stuff. Hopefully now that we're all beginning to get our shots, we can have some in-person classes. I have a target date of May 1st. Let's see how that goes. So there's Stephanie. I see she's able to join us. So let's get started with some projects. I am focusing on this art gallery stamp set this week. It is a beautiful stamp set. It is a polymer. As you can see, it has lots of parts that you can cut out, and I keep them right in here. It has some beautiful dies. The stem is out right now because I'm cutting up a whole bunch. I like to cut up about 20 of whatever I need. Tomorrow I might do some of the flowers. But I like this stamp set for a couple of reasons. It is a 2-step, or actually it couldn't be a 3-step if you want it to be. But it has lots of words that work on the inside and the outside. So that's what I really like. So project number 1 tonight is a simple monochrome card. Right here I'm using the Blackberry Bliss. I do have a little black layer. This is called a panel card. So if you do a Google search, sometimes it's called different things. So it's very simple. So let me get my parts out and we can get started. As most of you know, tomorrow I will have all the measurements up on my my business page. But for tonight, quickly, for those of you that are interested, this is a half a sheet of an 8.5 by 11, cut at 5.5. So, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. I actually score my cardstock, put it in long ways and score it at 4 1/4 before I cut it at 5.5. That way I've scored 2 cards at the same time. So my black mat here is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I have 2 pieces that are 3 by 4. I'm going to put one on the inside as well. So I wanted to keep it very simple. Since this is a polymer stamp, I'm going to use a mat underneath me, and this is just a piece of scrap paper. I am using the coordinating ink color. So let's get started. So again, 3x4. Now, a little tip about polymers, especially when they're this photo, what is the word that they call it? Oh, I guess it's not what I thought it was. But anyway, you want to start and rock your stamp onto your pad with some even pressures. And if you look at it, you can't see it on the camera, but I can actually see the ink going to my stamp. Give it a little rock, not a push, rock. We want to make sure the whole stamp gets inked. And if you hear that little section, that means you're good. So I'm going to stamp it right in the middle first. So when I cut it up, I can have some even. So I see Sue's joined us, and Diane and Tammy, Sharon. I'm so glad to see you all. Hope everybody had a fantastic day. Mine was busy putting stamp and stack kits together. So now I'm going to ink it up again. And this time I'm going to stamp over here. And then I want to stamp on the other side. And then I will cut the strips and then run it through an embossing folder. Let me cover this over so I don't get any where I don't want it. And then I need to ink it up one more time for the inside. But I'm going to stamp off, and the reason that I couldn't use what was on there was because there was a line from the edge of the paper. So I just want to put a little light one down here in the corner. Whoop. Let me see if I can fix it. That's what's nice about the polymer. Sometimes you can fix it. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So, move this. So what I did is I cut this piece up first, 1-inch panels, and then I ran it through the embossing folder. Just like the Food Network, I did it ahead of time just to save some time because my cutter is across the room. I am using the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. So let me get my little black mat. And you're only going to have about 1/8 of an inch in between these. So if you like to do puzzles, that's what we're doing here, is figuring out where everything went. I should have marked them, huh? Okay, so that looks about right. Unless it's over here. Maybe it goes this way. Let's see if this looks better. Oh, I guess it goes this way. Okay, so I'm going to use some red glue because of the embossed. Oh, I got 2 different sides. No wonder I can't figure it out. Oh dear. Let's see. That looks right. That one goes there. And then, oh, okay. I must have flipped one over. Okay, let's go. Put some Tombow on the back. I would highly recommend that you use either Tombow or your tear and tape. Because when it's embossed like that, sometimes the tape runner doesn't get down in the grooves enough. So then it's this one. Try to get some down in those corners. And like I said, you're only going to be able to put a whisker in between. And then another one. And then a final one. Okay. So then you're going to fold our card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to put some ribbon. I'm using this one for just something for a little different. I love this metallic edged ribbon. And you can also dye this, you know, with your blends. Or you can put it in a bag with your refills. Okay, so let's make sure this is nice and smooth. And we're going to tie it over here on the edge. I don't need quite that much. I'm going to move that down just a little bit because I want it almost on the fold. And it's a little loose, so I'm going to use my glue dot trick, which I'm sure I've showed you guys this before. You take a glue dot and you put it underneath your knot. And you position it where you want it, which is I want it just like that. There, that fixed that problem. And in the back of this, I'm going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals. You can use either size, doesn't matter. Did anybody do any crafting over the weekend or today? There's my sister and Diana. Okay. So I'm going to put that over there, and that ribbon's going to run underneath it, which keeps it safe. Let's get some rings. Let's try the rhinestones, see which one we like better. Where is my pickup tool? Oh no. Not here in my little bucket. Oh, there it is. I say, I've been working on really hard with putting things back home, as I call it. I'm going to put 3 down here in the corner. So there, we have a little different ribbon, and we have rhinestones instead of pearls. Do you guys have a preference which one you like better? I like them both. It doesn't matter. I've got to clean my stamps so I can do the next card. Oh, there's Connie Richards. I love Blackberry Bliss. And it's so elegant when you just put a little bit of black with it. And white's always clean. Okay, card number 2. We're going to use Just Jade. Another very simple card. This time, though, I did use 2 inks. So, 8.5 by 5.5. Whoops, I didn't score this one. Grab my cutter here so I can score it. Make sure you use the light one. Some people just write the word score on it so they don't get mixed up. I know I've cut by mistake more than once when I wanted to score. Alright, put that away. And then if you didn't want to put this matte like I did, but I wanted that frame in, you could stamp right on the card. Let me grab my stamps. So for the background, I did use this big stamp. Mint macaron. So again, I want to make sure I got plenty of ink. I'm going to stamp this first. Kind of towards the top. Oops, I don't have my mat. Whew, good catch. Let me get my mat down. It might have been okay, but you know, polymers are kind of finicky. Okay. Let's hold that there for a few minutes. Oh, geez, look, it made a chemical reaction. Huh. Well, that's a first. Let me get another piece of scrap paper here. Hope it didn't affect my pad. We'll find out, won't we? So, if this happens to you, what's happened is there's some kind of a chemical. Either it was on my cleaning cloth or the polymer. So what I'm going to do is I just want to make sure that there's none of that. I'm going to take, see there was a little bit. So let me see if I have a re-inker. So when that happens, you want to take something to try to absorb as much, I can see the red, as much as the red as you can. And then take your re-inker. I usually use the back of a spoon, but what I'm going to do is I'll show you what I'll do. I'm going to use a... So you're getting a demonstration on re-inking at the same time. So I'm going to take a bone folder and kind of like I'm frosting this. Moving that ink back and forth. Making sure where I had the red, Blackberry. But Blackberry Bliss is pretty strong stuff, so I'm not really, shouldn't be that surprised. Alright, let me get a piece of scrap and stamp a few times. So I didn't realize we were going to have a lesson on how to fix your stamp pad. If you get the wrong color, marriage, as those of people that have been with me for a while know I call it a marriage. I'm just taking some water and double checking. You can see I did a boo-boo. You should not use blends on your polymer. And I'd forgot that, and I did it, and so now it looks kind of weird. So let's ink this up a few times. And I'm just going to stamp it a few times. Kind of like condition my stamp again. Oh, no, I didn't find it slippery on the plastic. There. I think it's getting better. Looks like all the red's gone. Okay, let's try it again here. I probably should take it off though, Diane. That is a good idea. Yeah, you want to, Cindy, you want to put your ink on, and then I usually use the back of a plastic spoon, but I didn't have one here, so that's why I used my bone folder. But it's not going to hurt my bone folder because it's a water-based ink. So I'm going to just take it to the sink after class is done and wash it. All right. I'm going to try again, peeps. All right, so I want to make sure I got lots of ink, because all right, let's try again. I'm going to go right here up towards the top. Let it sit there just for a minute. And then I can grab the Just Jade. There. It's still got a little bit of a chemical reaction though. Alright, so where's my green piece? I'll probably have to re-ink it one more time, but now this I can go right to that because this ink is darker. So I'm just trying to use the big group of flowers. Yeah, the ribbon is from the Flower for Every Season. You get 3 packs. You get the white ribbon, this one I believe, and then that silver and blue twine and the gingham ribbon. Okay. What did I do on the inside? Okay. So now we're going to go back to this, and there's this little flower, and I'm going to ink that up to make this two-tone. It looks better when it's lighter. I'm hoping I can rescue my pad, but if not, oh well, I'll just buy a new pad. Could be worse. Alright, and we're going to use Best Wishes from that stamp set. Down here in the corner. Down here. I hope you can see me on the camera. I can't tell. And then this time for the inside, I just used this little thing, and I stamped it twice without re-inking it. Made a little decoration across the bottom. That's it. Now you could stamp happy birthday or whatever you want for the inside. So let's put this together with my wet glue. This truly is a beautiful set, and Wednesday you get to see some of the pretty paper. I did put this directly on, no pop-ups, because the bow's kind of big. And I I didn't bring over my bow maker. All right, let me make my bow. I love to use my bow maker because my husband made it for me. Many of my friends have one that he's made. Just slide it off, and you have a perfect bow every time. Okay, so let's trim these off. Ribbon scissors. Those of you that sew, we have separate scissors for sewing, separate scissors for this. So I'm going to put this on with a little piece of my heavy duty tape because I want to make sure it sticks. Let's see. I'm going to put it across the back here. About 1 inch is plenty. Get that protective coating off. Yeah, I like the lighter. I think I'm going to have to buy a new pad. I think I really messed it up this time. But we'll see. Maybe by tomorrow it will have settled down a little bit. Let's see if I've got some more. Oh, look, I got some of these. Let's put those on. I know this is from a past paper pumpkin. If you don't get paper, if you've never tried paper pumpkin, I challenge you to try it. If you ever get a month that you don't like, I will give you credit. But just to get these little hidden gems are nice. Put one on each of my flowers. There. I'll glue that inside later. Let me bring them back in. I think this one makes it pop a little bit better, but it's hard to tell because the green's off. Oh, jeez. Poor Anita. It takes all of 5 minutes to make. It's just a 2x4 with 5 holes in it. They're 1 inch apart. So this is the project for tonight. I will be back on Wednesday night. I have a fun fold for you. And for those of you that like slim lines, I have one of those as well. Those of you that have card kits to pick up tomorrow, they're all ready for you. I will have them out for you, but hopefully soon we can meet at my house and you can use my stamps, those of you that don't have any. All right, everybody, take care, have a great night, stay safe, be kind to each other, and I'll see you on Wednesday if I don't see you before that. Bye-bye now, good night.